Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you part 52 of Uchiha Naruto, The Sage. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share it to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also, after this I'm going to be posting What If Naruto Got a New Bloodline, so stay in tune for that. And on my main channel tonight, I'll be posting What If Tsunade was Naruto's mother? And also, what if Kurama gave Naruto a dojutsu? So after you enjoy yourself here, go ahead and check out my main channel, Anime King, where you can enjoy over 500 lovely what ifs. And if you're new to this channel and this is the first time you hear my voice, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join the Anime King family and be a part of the channel. And thank you for all of your help and your support. Comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So yeah, and without further ado, let's get straight into this. So, the last time we left off, Sasuke faced off against Itachi and he got the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Sasuke also know the truth about Konoha, but Naruto told him that he shouldn't do anything against the village. But if he wants to take his revenge out on the two elders, he won't stop him. He can make them suffer as much as he wish, but do not destroy the village. Naruto warned him, or if he tried, he will have to kill him. They then escorted Yujito back to the Cloud Village. When they got there, they met up with Samui as she was bringing them to the Raikage's office. So yeah, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. Naruto and Jiraiya were about to enter the Raikage's office as Jiraiya called out to Naruto. Just don't provoke the Raikage, Jiraiya told him. The man is quite emotional and quickly to anger, Jiraiya told Naruto, as he didn't want Naruto to go in there and start something, but at least he was here to do damage control if he needed. Naruto simply shrugged as they entered the office. The Raikage was sitting comfortably behind his desk with his brother on his right hand, and another man standing on his left. The man on his left had a bored look on his face. It was Darui, the Black Lightning user, a rare ability to make him use Black Lightning. The Raikage scanned them as his eyes stopped on Yujito, as a faint smile came on his face, that she was not captured by the Akatsuki. His eyes then turned on Jiraiya. How nice of you to come here, Jiraiya, he said, leaving the formalities. Well, the Akatsuki is on the loose, so I will be coming here more often, Jiraiya responded. He nodded as he then looked at Karu and Amoy as he gave them a look that said leave, this is above your pay grade. As the two did not waste time as they left the room without saying a word. Would you explain to me what happened? The Raikage said looking at Jiraiya. But Jiraiya had no details of what really happened. I am also in the dark as you. I met them at the gate. Only these three can tell you what happened. Yujito, said the Raikage. Yujito gave a report of what happened before she was captured, and she told the Raikage about the Akatsuki members. As the Raikage went into a thought, he will question Yujito more after the Konoha ninjas leave. How interesting, Naruto said, as the Raikage was in thought. The 8-tailed Jinchuriki, a top Jonin, and the supposed fastest man on earth, Naruto said, as he looked at all three of them. It seems like the three of you came here so you can show off Kumo prize assets. The Raikage narrowed his eyes at Naruto. Can't the same be said for you? Two Uchihas and a Sanin. Perhaps, said Naruto, as he then released a small yawn. I thought this scene would keep me interesting, but it has not. It has started off rather boring, as he then turned around. I will be around the village. Sasuke, when you are done with this little play, look for me. Where are you going? Said the Raikage. You have not told me your side of the story. Or, how did you know what happened when the Akatsuki attack Ujito? Naruto did not turn around as he responded. Sasuke can answer those questions, he said. Before Naruto could leave or A could respond, Killer Bee spoke. No, not so fast, Naino. Or should I say, Farmer Naino Jinchuriki. This caught Naruto's attention as he turned around to look at Killer Bee, as he knows that tail beasts can speak to each other telepathically when they are near the area. So, the tail beast inside of him must have told him that Naruto does not possess the nine tail anymore. I should have expected that the octopus would have told you that, Naruto said. Killer Bee raised an eyebrow. Naruto seemed to be knowledgeable about Bijus with those single words that he said, as he wasn't even startled that that was brought out. By the looks of Jiraiya and Sasuke's face, it seems like they didn't know about it, but Naruto's face remained calm as ever. So it is true after all, you are no longer a Jinchuriki, Jiraiya said. As he wasn't surprised by that. He expected that much when Naruto summoned the nine tails in the mist. When a Biju is sealed inside of you, it is unable to summon. You can only transform into the Biju. That will explain why you never use the Biju's chakra ever since we were genin. Sasuke has never seen him use the Biju chakra anymore. That will explain a lot. So, he uses his own power, Sasuke stated. I thought when you were talking about a perfect Jinchuriki, I thought you were talking about something that you have experienced yourself before, Ujito said as she was quite surprised that he was no longer a Jinchuriki as well. I was only telling you that so you can escape your weakness, Naruto said. Naruto, do you know what will happen if Konoha villagers find out about this? Jiraiya asked in a serious tone, as he just hoped that the Raikage did not use this for his own benefit. If news like this spread out, there will be great panic in the village. Well, I can only stand on the top of the Hokage monument and watch all of them tremble with fear, thinking that the Kyuubi will come, but it will never reach Konoha, Naruto said. As the Cloud Shinobis were surprised of his regard to the people of Konoha and their safety. What do you mean it will never reach Konoha? Jiraiya asked. Figure that out yourself, Naruto said with a shrug. Ah, my clone has found a perfect place, Naruto said, thoughtful, as he then disappeared in a burst of flames, saying nothing more. When the hell did he make a clone? Sasuke thought, as he had been with Naruto all the way to the village. He could have not made a clone without him knowing about it, especially since his Mangeto Sharingan was activated the entire time. The Raikage looked over at Jiraiya. This does not do anything good for us, he said. He is already powerful on his own. As Sasuke has said, he doesn't use the Kyuubi's power but his own. And on top of that, he has the Kyuubi with him as a summon. This means he can fight another battle, while the Kyuubi fights another battle. But with our Jinchuriki, they cannot fight as a summoner and a summons. Jiraiya nodded as he understand the Raikage's words. As Jiraiya now understand that this offer Konoha more good than bad, if Naruto uses Kyuubi as a summon, it will have more chance of destruction without being limited to a seal. The Raikage sighed as he tells Sasuke to tell his part of the story. Sasuke told him everything, but he left out Naruto's death and where exactly they took Ujito. He also did not say anything about Zetsu or Itachi. Kumo didn't need to know about that part. Does Naruto have a contact with the Akatsuki? I find it hard that he would know about the danger without having someone inform him from inside. A asked curiously. Jiraiya shook his head. I don't know, he said. I want you and him out of my village by tomorrow. I would have asked you to leave now, but Ujito wouldn't allow me to do that after what you guys did for her, the Raikage said as he spun around, turning his back towards them. That's fine, said Sasuke, as he then turned around to leave with a shrug. When they left the office, the Raikage sent his envoys to find out what Naruto was doing in the village exactly. He also sent Samui, as she was hard to read and never really showed expression on her face, so she will be good for this mission. 2 hours later, Naruto was sitting at the far end of the village, as it was just full of rocks, nothing special. He was talking to Zetsu when he sensed someone came nearby. He had not thought that the envoy would come to him at this place, especially since he wasn't mingling with Kumo business or the villagers. When he had sent a person, he realized that the person wasn't hiding his or her presence. This person was coming towards him, telling him that they were known. As it was Samui, as she walked to the rocks, the place that the envoy told her that he was. She finally saw the figure as he leaned back on a rock as his gun bay was right beside him. Although he was not looking at her, she knew that he already sensed her, as she was interested in him. He was a curious man after all. She walked calmly towards him. Still, he did not look her way. But when she sat down, he turned as he stared directly into her eyes. As he looked directly into her eyes, as she was sure that he was not gay, but yet he didn't look at any of her assets. He just stared directly in her eyes and nothing else. Because she knew that Jiraiya has stolen a few peeks a number of times when the both of them were together. Because she knew that man was a pervert for sure. But him, he was different. A sent you to see what I'm doing in his village, I presume, said Naruto. He said, starting the conversation, as he just stared at her. Samui didn't even try to deny it, as she merely nodded. He wants to know what you're doing in the village, she said. Ah, the caution type, Naruto said. And then there was silence, comfortable silence. Neither Naruto or Samui mind it. That is an interesting weapon you have there, Samui said after a few minutes of silence. Naruto looked at his gun bay as he picked it up, as he then threw it at Samui. Samui caught the gun bay by its handle as she looked at it for a few seconds before speaking. It's quite rare to find a weapon like this, she said. Shinobi of today look for something sharper. If they have a weapon, it has to be a blade. A blade can kill, but a gunbei cannot cut like a sword. It is also unable to use like the fans that the sand ninjas wield. Naruto said, a weapon like this cannot work the way I want my weapon to work, but it feels cool, Samui replied, as she then threw it back to Naruto, who caught it as he placed it down. Nothing much was said after that, as Naruto chose to meditate, as Samui just sit there and enjoy the quietness. Later that day, Naruto went to look for Sasuke when Sasuke did not come his way, but he did not wait for long though, as Sasuke was at a hotel with Jiraiya. As both Jiraiya and Sasuke was discussing something, but Naruto didn't really care. Jiraiya must have noticed the difference in Sasuke's face. It wasn't the happy face that came back from the training trip. Now it was different. I thought you would have returned to Konoha by now, Naruto said as he looked straight at Jiraiya. As Jiraiya came here to do what he wanted to do, stop Naruto and the Raikage from having any problems, so why was he still here? Jiraiya's face turned serious as he had something he wanted to speak to Naruto and Sasuke about. How could I have gone back now when I made a few new discoveries? What is so important to be regarded as discoveries? Naruto asked. Jiraiya looked at Sasuke's eyes and then back at Naruto. Well, Sasuke's sharingan and the fact that you are no longer a Jinchuriki. I had suspected that you were no longer a Jinchuriki, but I thought that it was impossible, Jiraiya said as he paused for a moment. Does Sasuke's eyes have something to do with Itachi? Jiraiya asked. Why are you asking me that question? If you want answers, question Sasuke. If he do not answer you, don't come back to me. It is his decision whether to say it or not, Naruto said, as he was certainly not going to say anything that regards to Sasuke. Sasuke, Jiraiya said, as he didn't bother to repeat the question. Sasuke looked at Jiraiya with a serious stare, as it then turned blank. I do not need to answer that question, whether this involved Itachi or not. I am not at liberty to share that with you. He gave a response that Naruto would give. Jiraiya continued to stare at Sasuke for a moment. He then turned around to look at Naruto, but Naruto still had that blank expression on his face. Jiraiya shook his head. This was something he was not going to win. Perhaps he was just getting too old for this. Uncontrollable brats, he mumbled. Naruto looked at Sasuke. Will you leave alone or with Jiraiya? Something came up that I will have to attend to. And I will have to leave now, Naruto said. Great, Sasuke said as it sounded sarcastic. I will also leave now, he said as he got up. There was nothing keeping him inside of this village. He wanted to get home and think about things, as he didn't want to stay here where the Raikage already make it clear that he doesn't want them. He was also not going to ask Naruto where he was going or what business he was going to attend to, as there was a 100% chance that Naruto will not tell him. So given those odds, it was best to keep his mouth shut. Wait, said Jiraiya. Where are you going? He asked. You can't leave just yet. We have yet to discuss about your case. Sasuke turned at Naruto as Jiraiya was talking to Naruto. As Sasuke told him, finish up your business quickly. We have a lot of things to discuss when you return back to the village. Naruto just raised an eyebrow at the tone Sasuke had used. He seemed really serious that he wanted to talk. Sasuke did not wait for Naruto to answer since he was not making a request, as he simply left the room with his things. Jiraiya stared at Naruto. You really should have told me, Naruto. What if the Kyuubi find his way to Konoha somehow? What if someone found about the news and used it to bring panic to Konoha? It was not important to tell, and even if it was important, I wouldn't have told you, Naruto answered. Jiraiya clearly did not accept the response, as he questioned Naruto again. Why did you keep it a secret? It was not a secret, Naruto responded. I just did not make anyone aware of it. And you did not bother to verify your suspicions with me when you thought that I no longer had the Kyuubi. Like you would have given me the answers, Jiraiya said in a sarcastic tone, as he then sighed. This is really troublesome though. Sasuke has the Mangeto Sharingan and he was not even hiding it. You are no longer the Jinchuriki. Something then clicked inside his head as he spoke those words. Is the Akatsuki aware of this? He asked. Yes, Naruto responded. Well, at least that is some good news. They won't be attacking Konoha to get the Kyuubi, Jiraiya said, as he sounded relieved about that. As the Akatsuki wouldn't attack the village to get the Kyuubi. Well then, said Naruto as he turned and started to leave. Where exactly are you going? Jiraiya asked. But Naruto did not respond, as he just disappeared in a burst of flames. Time skip. Naruto stared at a map in front of him. He didn't just want to have power in Konoha only. He wanted to be in source of all elemental nations. He wanted cages to come to him looking for business and also for assistance as well. That is why he set up the Sound Village. That village was key for everything, as he wanted the name of Uchiha Naruto to be known everywhere. His name must be law. He will create something and flaunt his power to make all the kage and leaders of the villages come to him in the most humble way. If that happened, he could have all the quietness he needed. He could have get rid of any enemy and then simply relax. Koyoki, the princess of the land of snow, was going to be in the Sound in a few days. She would meet Karin and Guren, but he would make sure they mention his name since she already knew him. It would make everything easier. The land of snow was more advanced in technology than any other villages. He wanted that technology to be in the sound, and they were the only land that used train. So he needed their manufacturers. He wanted to create a railway that would be all over the land of fire, coming from the sound. It will make the sound reachable to anyone and in a short period of time. Zetsu walked towards Naruto. "You seem to be thinking a lot," he said, as Naruto took a seat as he was standing while looking over the maps and the blueprint. "It seems I have," Naruto acknowledged. "My mind is a little blurry at the moment. I can't really focus on anything that much. There are a lot of thoughts singing and dancing within my head. Madara never trained him like how Danzo trained the root agents, but he was trained to keep better control over his emotion and his thoughts. Perhaps you should take some time to relax," Zetsu suggested. Any way you look at it, Naruto was still human. His body could feel pain and stress like any other human. "You have been working hard ever since you met with your grandfather. Ever since you started training seriously, you never got time to rest." Naruto was silent for a moment before speaking. "Pathetic. We humans are such fragile creatures. My body can resist and absorb any pleasure, but the mind doesn't operate at such a level. It is a pity that it cannot be perfected like the body." "So you won't rest, you're just going to keep on working?" "Yes," Naruto responded. "But I will head to the mist first, before I return to Konoha," as he then paused. "What do you have for me?" he asked Zetsu. "The princess wanted to see you. She was informed about your part before she got to the sound," Zetsu explained. "Why does she want to see me? Gurren can hold the talks just fine without me." "She did not say, but I think that it was personal. Your name was known worldwide, and you did go on a mission with Team 7 that saved her life and returned her back to her village." "No, I have other things to do," Naruto replied, as he did not have any personal business with the woman. The mission was a mission, nothing more. It wasn't like he went back there to be a hero or something. "I did not finish explaining," Zetsu said with a smile, as he was going to enjoy the look on Naruto's face when he said these words. "The princess have no more family members or relative, and the title of ruler of the land of snow is handed down to family. Her family was the one who ruled the land ever since it founded. She does not have any family now who she can pass on her hat." "What are you getting at, Zetsu?" Naruto asked, as he had an idea what Zetsu was getting at. "Her council has been pursuing her to marry so she can have a child who she can pass her hat down to. They have been arranging dates with several political figures with her, but she has rejected all men, saying that she doesn't like them," Zetsu said with a smile. "This is gonna be good," he thought. "You have power and you are known. It is no longer a secret that the near extinct Uchiha clan is looking for a way to be restored. I think she wants to make a marriage proposal to you," Zetsu said. But guys, I'm gonna be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform. And after this, I'm gonna be posting what if Naruto got a new bloodline. And on my main channel tonight, I'm gonna be posting what if Tsunade was Naruto's mother, and what if Kurama gave Naruto a dojutsu. So stay in tune and enjoy all of those lovely what ifs coming your way. And thank you for your support and help. And without further ado, I'm all for now, guys. See ya. Peace.